What's good, fam? I ain't gonna lie, we really gotta talk about this Young Thug album, UI Scuti. Bro, when I peeped that cover art for the first time, I damn near spit my drink out. Looked like Thug really just woke up and said, let's troll the whole industry today. For real, it's wild to see him at this point in his career, serving up an album and visuals that's got the timeline in a straight up chokehold. You open your feed, everybody clowning, memes on deck, folks saying Thug trolling for attention, all your fans with their hands on their heads like, bruh, is this really where rap at now? And let's keep it real. Rap ain't seen this much collective confusion since that weird Nas X pregnancy shoot. But this ain't even just about shock value. It's about what Thug trying to pull at a time when his name already shaky in the streets, in the industry, everywhere. Bruh, you gotta realize, Thug been that dude with eye-catching visuals. Remember that Jeffrey dress? Bro turned heads and said, this is my art, take it or leave it. He even bought a 6. He started drama. Had Birdman and Wayne both looking sideways. He know how to get buzz, but this time it feel different. The UI Scuti cover don't even look like it matched the energy of somebody fighting for respect. More like Thug just trying to get folks mad on purpose, hoping negativity might get streams up or something. It's like he looked at the memes from Her Loss, seen how people clown Drake and 21 Savage, and thought, bet let's ride that. But bro, the internet, keeping it a buck, this ain't it. That meta's old. Memes is not selling records the way they used to, and Thug should know that by now. And let's not even pretend this was dropped at a chill moment. Yo, this is Young Thug we talking about. Fresh out the center of the biggest rap trial in decades, his whole career hanging in the balance, phone calls getting leaked, former homies like Gunna moving real distance. This is supposed to be his redemption album, bros on borrowed time, legal fire at his feet, the free speech and rap issue hotter than ever. And what do? Drop a project where the cover got the whole city laughing, the industry side-eyeing, and his name looking weaker by the minute. Like, fam, with all that heat behind him, I expected power. I expected a statement. Instead, he handed everybody a meme generator. Aight, but let's break down what this title even mean, UI Scuti. First thing, it's one of the biggest stars in the galaxy. Young Thug tried to say he feel like that. The biggest, the brightest, the most out there. That kind of symbolism hit different when you've been through all the legal stress, all the fallout. Sure, he trying to flex that he's still that star, still got pulled. But look at how it come across. Bruh act like he in orbit when really, he just spinning out right now. If anything, the title just make the disconnect feel bigger. Instead of growth or evolution, it looked like a last-ditch play for hype, tying his name to cosmic size, but not delivering that same impact with the music or the message. You'd think the album content would try to back all this up, but nah, Thug went all in with the viral attempt. This project built to go viral on TikTok, not even to be real music. You got Fortnite references, recycled TikTok hooks, random clips from awkward interviews. Half these tracks sound like they was picked to be clown, not to last. I listened to that intro, Ninja, and bruh, I had to check if this man was for real. Like for your biggest drop, right after the world trying to paint you as guilty in the court of public opinion, this is what you open with. And I know some folks gonna say, but Thug's always been out the box. But this ain't about being experimental, fam. It's about making a joke out of yourself when the stakes never been higher. The whole album got that forced energy. Like he trying to remind us he can be fun, but forgot that the best records never gotta yell, look at me, over and over. Ain't no substance, just a bunch of tries at internet clout. Tracks come and go with no real direction. You got random features popping up, and not even the features can save the mess. I heard Lil Baby popping off strong on Part of My Back, and bro, that felt like an MVP performance. But let's be real, if Lil Baby, the highlight of your whole tape, you know the project's in trouble. That's like getting Brian Scalabrine to drop 40 points. It's cool, but it shouldn't be happening on your home court. I see Thug trying to play himself as a character, just clowning around as his career on the line. It don't even feel like the same dude who made Jeffrey. It's more like Thug watching himself from the cheap seats, messing around while the audience wonder if this a parody. Like, is this whole thing a Black Mirror episode? The pacing nuts, the sequencing even worse. 1 minute you vibing to a halfway decent track, next song it's a whole other mood. It's like the playlist got shuffled by somebody who don't even like music. And what's wild is, with all this drama behind him, he could have just strategized. Why not take them hits, all them headlines, and use them to craft a classic? Cash in on being the underdog. Stories of loyalty, betrayal, survival, all the juice was right there. But instead, it's like Thug said, let's just crank out some viral moments and see if the numbers follow. After W get thrown away for the sake of going viral a few hours, but invite L's for an entire career stretch. Seeing how the industry moving now, especially with artists like Kendrick Lamar or Tyler the Creator, setting the standard with real albums and unique visuals, you gotta wonder, did anybody around Young Thug even want to tell him to slow down and get serious? Or was they too busy trying to get that quick clout off this social media nonsense? Yo, before I keep it pushing and really dig in, let me pause real quick. If you rocking with the truth, tap that like, hit subscribe, and drop your wildest take on this whole Thug situation in the comments. Don't let this type of mid pass you by without saying your piece. Y'all help the channel stay solid, and with every like, we one step closer to bringing in accountability back to hip hop for real. But stick around, cause up next, we break down just how much Thug's musical style shifted and why this new version of him feel like a parody of the artist he used to be. And things only get messier from here. So let's break down where Thug really lost himself, because this ain't just a small step down, there's a full-on collapse. If you rewind to projects like Jeffrey or even Punk, you could tell the man at least cared about the sonic crafts, about pushing rap forward. Bro had a vision. Whether or not you was vibing with the weirdness, you knew it was some artistry, not just cheap internet bait. But now, it feel like young Thug on autopilot, throwing anything against the wall and hoping people online make it go viral. There ain't no hunger, no narrative, nothing making this stick out besides a goofy cover and some forced memes. And let's keep it all the way 100. Rappers right now got zero margin for this kind of playing around. Hip hop's all about wolves at the door. Everybody got an opinion. The second you slip even a little, fans ready to crown the next king or clown you forever. Thug out here treating his comeback like a joke, all while dudes like Kendrick Lamar and Tyler the Creator not just drop heat, but craft albums that actually mean something. You can hear the care in Kendrick's stuff, the way every track got layers, got replay value, actually stands for something. Meanwhile, Thug trying to flip a meme into a movement and expecting folks to run it up. The gap is wild. Honestly, if you tapped into the whole rollout, you probably saw the industry and the streets both not buying in. The narrative, the music, it don't match up. You can't drop a redemption album built around cloud chasing tactics and think people not finna call cap. Every Thug ever stacked getting erased, not just by his enemies, but by his own choices. It's crazy, cause Young Thug always had one of the biggest fan bases, one of the weirdest but most loyal groups out. But these the projects where even day ones gotta squint and be like, yo, is this who I've been riding for? People start wondering if the legal drama messed with his head or if it's just poor decision making. But at the end of the day, the feeling in the music don't hit. You can feel it in the verses. Man sound distracted, like he not even all the way present in the booth. Real talk, for all the wildness he brought before, at least it was whole. Now it's just empty. And speaking of empty, let's talk about the features, man. Bro, when you hit play and realize the best moments don't even really come from Thug, that's an L. You got Lil Baby, Travis Scott, 21 Savage showing up, and they barely carried the tape from falling apart quicker. Cause after their verses, it's back to Thug sounding like he lost himself. And these supposed to be mandatory features, right? All that does is highlight how much the formula getting stale. When the features got more hunger in their guest spots than the main artist across a whole album, you know the vision done left the building. Even if we look at the technical side, the sequencing all over the place. You don't get no narrative out this. It just vibe to vibe with no cohesion. One track you hear Thug trying to channel his old self. Next it sound like he imitating TikTok trends from 6 months ago. Songs get thrown in at the last minute. Features get cleared hours before drop. And the whole project just spirals. No identity, no angle, just scramble. Now don't get it twisted. Rap always had space for wild left field stuff. But that ain't what's going on here. It feel like Thug seen all the chaos on social media, all the memes that work for other more media savvy artists, and just tried to copy paste with less heart and less strategy. He watched Drake and 21 Savage get clowned with Her Loss, and instead of peeping the L, tried to chase the same internet smoke. But what he missed for real is that a meme don't make a movement. Even Drake, for all his chart hits, catching strays for being washed and uninspired lately. The wave of viral marketing only lasts so long if your music trash, and the fans peep quick. What hit me hardest is how quick the magic faded. You think about Thug's classics and the legacy joints. Those got depth, got some chaos, but it fit the character. On UY Scuti, there's just a shell, like Thug playing a parody of his old self. Meantime, the kids that grew up on Kanye's Graduation, on classic Outkast, on gritty T.I. albums, now they look at this and gotta feel like the genre lost the plot. Music made the last got substance, got vision. You drop that for memes and antic covers. You setting yourself up for midweek drop-offs and no long-term respect. Even the Rollout got no real anchor. No hit single to prop the project up. Nothing that's sticking to culture. It feel like the hype machine ran on empty. Numbers might look all right for a week. Maybe even get a fake boost from a bundles or whatever. But after that, down bad. Records like this don't hang around. They get swept out with the rest of the fast food rap. There's competition everywhere now. Kendrick dropping classics, still going platinum with substance. Tyler out here forming his own wave, and you can tell he invests in the full vision, not just which meme gonna run up views fastest. And it's sad, cause Thug was positioned to use all this drama, all these headlines, and come out as a survivor. Could've gave us pain, triumph, something real. He ain't have to make it sappy either, just raw. Fans would've rolled for that, especially now. But what he gave us instead is lowest common denominator, gas station heat level music. Even folks on the internet tired of the same viral rinse and repeat. That's why the backlash so loud. If we being honest, UY's gonna get remembered for all the wrong reasons. This the project folks point to years from now like, damn, remember when Thug lost the script? This the album you don't show the next generation when you talk about what made this genre legendary. Not cause Thug can't rap or ain't have star power, because he forgot what got him there. The hunger, the risk, the unpredictability, wit, skill. It all got tossed so he could play the internet's fool for a couple weeks. If OGs like Tupac, Biggie, or even Outkast saw this rollout, they'd probably be looking at each other like, for real, bro, we really let rap turn into this? So what could Thug have done? First, easy, make that pain work for him. Bro got enough ammo from legal fights, friend betrayals, even the way fans flipped. The stories was right there. All he had to do was focus on the music, not the discourse. Drop at least one joint that show you still a human, still hurting, still fighting, still that creative force. Drop the clout chase, lock in with producers that know your core, reflect on the journey. If Thug would have put as much energy into the booth as he did in Cover Controversy, we could have had a classic. Instead, he fumbled the bag, and now even the most loyal Thug fans gotta look elsewhere to get that real feeling back. Hip-hop moved quick, and the bar's only getting higher. Viral lasts a minute. Legacy lasts a lifetime. But yo, I'ma let y'all sound off. Do you think Young Thug can bounce back? Or is this just another chapter in rap's slow fall into fast food music? Hit that subscribe, fire up the comments, and let me know if you're riding with the new Thug or if you're ready for realness to make a comeback in hip-hop. Until next time, keep pushing for quality, not clout. That's the real